Okay.
Let's do this. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Shoot the 60 Podcast. I'm Zai.
I'm Mo.
Yeah, too high. Too high. But welcome to this week's episode. As you can see, I've been on this little mysterious mythological path. And
very weird.
Yeah, it has been interesting, but
weird.
But this might be a close chapter to it because turns out mythological creatures don't have that much goddamn information to them all the time.
Yeah.
But in stories, and this is a story-based podcast, but I did try to get as much information as I can. And what are we talking about today?
What are we talking about?
You know those short little people that live in the woods, they be jigging and shit?
Dwarf.
Yeah. No, nigga. The one with the hats and the give me my gold. Give me my gold. Yes. Today we're going to be talking about leprechauns. And St. Patty's Day is like a week away, so yeah.
Have you ever seen Hood Leprechaun?
Yeah, I have. I have when I wasn't supposed to. You know, that's one of those movies you're not supposed to watch as a child.
Yeah, that nigga was scary.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He was ugly too.
I was going to reference the actual Leprechaun movie from like the 90s. That's on Peacock. But Jennifer Aniston. And I never seen it or even heard of it. That shit was terrifying. I watched the trailer. I actually didn't even want to watch it.
I don't know that one, but do you remember Luck of the Irish from Disney Channel?
Yes! So many leprechaun movies. Yeah.
Shout out to all the gingers out there.
Yeah. You know what? Not even joking. Low-key jealous of you because like ginger hair is like beautiful. Like,
it's nice.
You ate on that one. Genetics.
You ate. Shout out to the gingers.
Yeah, they ate on that one. So let's learn a little information on fucking leprechauns. Let's see what we can learn today. So, leprechauns are a type of fairy, type of dwarf in Irish folktale. The word derives from the Old Irish leporpan, which is little body. If they're obligated, if they catch you, like if you catch them, they're obligated to give you 3 wishes. Now, there are different variations of their kind of background, but we'll get into that because like the way of catching them is kind of like weird and mischievous because
like, am I abducting a fucking leprechaun?
No. Oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna hold you. I can't wait to like give some kind of common tales because all of this seems low key like bullshit. Because I'm just like, well, what? My first question is, why are we bothering leprechauns? You know, like, why are we?
Are they evil?
So they're perceived as evil, but again, that goes back to my mermaid story. If you bother them and you're in their space, of
course they're.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm just like, yes. But let me give a little description of leprechauns. If you are living under a rock and you literally never heard what a leprechaun is. Okay. So typically they're depicted as little bearded men. They have ginger hair and really coily beards and whatnot. Okay. They wear a coat and a hat with a buckle. Mm-hmm. They're shoemakers. They do have jobs. Their occupations are shoemakers.
So the gold that that they supposed to give you is from their job?
They be working hard all day. You gonna come steal their money? Sound like the government.
What kind of shoes they make?
They make like clogs and like little
wooden clogs? Or
I wouldn't say
2024 clogs.
Oh, like a Birkenstein?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen some patent leather shoes. I've seen some clogs. I don't know. Clogs are like more Dutch.
They're skilled.
Yeah. Like they're like just little dwarf men trying to vibe and live. Okay. They typically live out in the forest, in nature. They live in caves or in fairy trees. They typically are smoking a pipe.
Getting high.
Yeah, okay. Look, just trying to vibe in the forest. Chill, relax, mind their business. Mm-hmm. And then they're known for having a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So just honestly, that kind of sounds like a typical person, you know, just vibing, living, no biggie, right? Mm-hmm. Just doing their thing. Now, where can they be found, so-called? Mm-hmm. They're only in Ireland. Like, they're nowhere else. Really was trying to see if they were in America.
Where's Ireland?
Ireland.
I'm gonna look at a map.
Yeah, look at the map. So they're based in Ireland. Typically they say they're found away from the general public. Okay. So again, they're secluded. They're not really around people. And they just be doing their own thing. So you see
it's Ireland is its own island. Yeah. Didn't know that. But it is
geography.
It's technically in Europe or like Europe adjacent.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're up there. The internet said they weren't anywhere else but in Ireland. So yeah, they're in there doing their own thing, vibing and whatnot. Okay. So now what I was trying to figure out is what kind of stories are based on leprechauns and why the kind of folktale of them is popular. I couldn't find a story in since like a sighting of a leprechaun, because I'm not even gonna hold you, I wouldn't believe it, because like since dwarves and little people exist,
I was about to say
I wouldn't really believe, because like I had a note where I was just like, what's the difference between a leprechaun and a short person? Like a little person.
Yeah, I was about to say, it gives me, and I know you're not finished yet, but just from my little knowledge about leprechauns, it gives me, they saw a small person they saw an Irish small person and they said, ooh, let's attach this leprechaun label and make fun of them.
Yeah. So fuck that.
And let people abduct them.
Yeah. And then like create these weird stories for them. Yeah. I don't know, but I feel bad for them. I can't even hold you. The more I learn about mythological stuff, I kind of feel bad for them, because people are just invading their space, giving them stories, and they're just trying to live their lives. It's very interesting. So I have two common tales of how they are, like if they're caught or if they're like, because they also have like being mischievous attached to them, like as a personality thing or like an adjective. So one thing, it says that he possesses a hidden crock of gold, and if he's captured and threatened with bodily violence by a person, he might reveal the hiding place of the gold. But he usually is the captor, like me, the person who's trying to like trick him, I'm tricked into like looking away from the leprechaun, and then the leprechaun gets away, and then like he like tricks me.
So now I have another question, right? Because we often, when we see a representation of leprechauns, they're always men.
Yeah.
Where are the women leprechauns? Where are the babies leprechauns?
Are there women leprechauns out here tricking people? It has to be.
Got it.
Like, are there city girl versions of leprechauns? It has to be.
I feel like it is.
It has to be, because without men, there is women. Like there's no such. So maybe, of course, when I was looking at pictures, they were only men. You know, I don't know. It's interesting. But that is kind of like the common folktale. Even like in cartoons that I've seen, that's pretty much like the general, somebody's coming after the gold and they're trying to get your gold, but the leprechaun's like, oh, you're not going to get my gold. And then they end up tricking them.
Basically, you're robbing a dwarf.
Yes, that is like literally like the second story I have. It's like, okay, this is interesting. It says, in a tale, a young farmer captures a leprechaun and forces him to hand over his gold. The leprechaun says that the gold is hidden beneath a tree in the woods and shows him which one. So like kind of like a riddle type shit. Right?
Okay.
The farmer ties a red scarf around the tree that the leprechaun said the gold is at. So then as the farmer turns away, he goes to go get a shovel to shovel out the gold, I suppose. In that like split second or like few minutes, the leprechaun ties a red scarf around like multiple trees. So now he doesn't know which tree it was. So it's like kind of like some riddle mischief stuff. And I'm like, the mischief is actually justified. Like, nigga, you came in
I'm protecting myself.
Again, that's all like, how is it really mischief? Nigga, you came and stole my, attempting to steal my
It's
shit.
giving entitled, it's giving greedy, it's giving capitalism, it's giving, I'm gonna do anything to take this nigga money, this dwarf.
Because he's a little person.
Because he's a little person and I can be his ass.
Exactly. But in reality, first of all, any photo or video I've seen of a freaking leprechaun, they look terrifying. I would not mess with no nigga that look like that.
Nah, nigga, leprechaun is the scariest one.
Yo, you got that nigga. Is the hood leprechaun the one with the picture of the nigga just standing at the door?
This is the hood leprechaun.
Oh, bitch.
No, it is the one with his shadow.
Yeah, he just said. Bitch, I said, you know what? You know what's so crazy? You ever like turn over in your bed and you look at your door, you like, bitch, it's something there. I swear to God. I'm like, I'm not even gonna hold you. I sleep on my stomach. So like sometimes when I turn over and just readjusting myself, and I swear to God, if I open my eyes and I see a shadow, I'm real quick to like throw a pillow.
Well, do I have a door?
My door is like, my bed is facing my door. Like I can see angle of my door.
So I have to keep the door cracked so Kitty can use the bathroom.
Oh my God, you low-key have your door open?
It's the door that goes to the back of the basement. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
It's
bitch.
not.
Because I feel like
I think I'm used to it now. Because at first I would not leave that door open. I would keep that bitch closed, and then Kitty would go to the door and like scratch it, and I would wake up because I'm a light sleeper, and I would just open it for her, and then I would wait till she pee, and then I would close it.
You're such a good cat, mom.
I know, but now I just be like, I just crack it because who's getting up at 3 a.m.
Absolutely not.
every
Absolutely
night
not.
to open it? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why people are going after his treasure and his gold. I mean, that reminds me of what's that movie, National Treasure, where they're like,
is that what with the white guy, Nicolas Cage?
Like when you're just going after someone else's treasure and then you're mad when you have repercussions for it. That's what this kind of reminds me of, and those stories are honestly kind of boring to me, even though National Treasure is a great movie. I
haven't seen it in maybe 20 years.
Yeah, great movie, but it's just kind of like I don't like the I'm so confused why I'm getting tricked. Oh my gosh, why are you doing this to me? Yeah, nigga, I should hold you captive. You came into my territory trying to steal my shit. I should F you up. So yeah, but there is some kind of semi-truth, and I had to find an article or two because I'm like, I can't just be talking a theory all day. Let me see if something was put in a newspaper or a magazine or something.
Okay.
So, in 1958, a New York Times article headline, "Are Leprechauns Real?" was published. It stated that former Irish president, Mr. Valara, we're going to call his name because...
Mr. V.
Yeah, Mr. V. He was conflicted to punish 20 workers who refused/went on strike to build a fence in a certain area. Okay. The workers claimed that this area was like a fairy palace of like leprechauns and different kind of fairies. So they thought they believed it to be like sacred land, and they thought it would be wrong to build whatever like the president had ordered them to build.
So this is a real belief.
So this was like a real belief. So, people were like striking. People were like, I don't want to do that. And then of course, like, I guess your boss telling you need to do something. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You can get punished or whatever. So I guess that was like big enough news to be published in the New York Times. I mean, again,
wow.
It's just like, that's interesting itself because...
Wait, did you have the year? I'm sorry.
1958.
Wow.
Semi-recent.
Yeah,
I mean, it can be recent enough.
It's recent enough where it can be like looked into.
Exactly. So I thought that was interesting. I also thought it was interesting. I mean, I only read the part of the article that was free. You had to pay for the rest. You had to pay for the rest.
There's actually a hack for that. I'll let you know.
Oh, put me on, sis, because research. But I thought it was interesting that people had such strong beliefs in leprechauns where they were literally risking their jobs in a sense, and they were like,
"That's very interesting.
No, we can't do it because of the fairies and the leprechauns."
That's like, your Irish accent.
Is it good? Is it kind of mid?
It was
okay. Like you kind of knew I wasn't talking my
British. I know it wasn't British. No,
I can't do a British accent.
I do a British accent very well. Richardson.
I'm gonna rate that a 7 out of 10. I've heard you do much better. No, you don't gotta try. You don't gotta.
You saw me get right.
Y'all,
you know me so well. I'm about to go.
I'm like, this is not even a British story. It's okay.
Well, I'll talk like a British lady.
When we do a British-based story, I will expect nothing but the last.
All right, thank you, love. Please continue.
But I thought that was quite interesting. But then, as I said, that was in 58. In 2009, the Irish Post reported that 236 surviving leprechauns in Ireland were afforded protection under the European Habitats Directive.
What do you mean surviving leprechauns?
So I'm assuming, again, I had saw this from a YouTube video, and I took this source from some girl which is lovely, infatuated with leprechauns, just like me, right? And I was just like, I'm just going to take that note because I'm just going to utilize that. Okay. When I tried to look it up, the freaking page wasn't found. I couldn't dived into it. But I'm going to assume that leprechauns, in a sense, they probably were just like little people, and they were trying to survive and try to probably find their way about the world. And I'm assuming that they were gifted some kind of protection, maybe like refuge or something. I'm just going to make an educated assumption.
I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, because like protection, I'm like, protection for what? But since it was '09 and I thought that was like the most recent thing, I was like, I probably should like list it and say something about it.
So when it says surviving leprechauns, are these people
dying
leprechauns
breed.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume a dying breed. Again, assumption. If you give that much of a damn, go do your own research. I'm gonna assume the breed of leprechauns are a dying breed, just like animals. And it's like they're surviving.
So basically, Irish dwarfs are a dying breed.
Yes, that's a great assumption because I'm gonna assume that is what it was. When I was also doing my research, a lot of people said they don't believe leprechauns are a real thing. As we were saying in the beginning, they kept saying that they're probably just like little people who look a certain way, and then they based
they've added stories into their identity.
And then they just made it into a part of Irish culture because of course leprechaun. And I'm like, I feel like that's not a problem, but I think when it comes to like real or not, because like my title when I was doing this, I was like, not so lucky leprechauns because you're not real, which I was just like pretty straight on, but I don't think they're real. I think it's just a name that was given to them because why not?
Yeah.
But I thought that was quite interesting. I couldn't find pretty much of like, as I would say, I couldn't find sightings of leprechauns. I did see, like those weird news articles, like, like at 6 o'clock news where it's like a segment. I found one where they said that he had like robbed a store and they had a
leprechaun?
And they had a sketch artist of him. I'm like, what the fuck? That's probably just some little nigga trying to rob a store.
Was this in Ireland? Okay.
It was in Ireland. I'm just like, I wonder
leprechaun rob store.
Leprechaun rob store. I'm like, what really goes down over there? Because I'm just like, I'm sure they be having fun. First of all, they say in addition to like them smoking a pipe, they actually didn't say much about him drinking because like beers like really popular.
Oh yeah, St. Patty's Day.
They didn't say much about him drinking, but they said he was a St. Patrick's Day mascot. I thought that was a little ironic, but I have seen like cartoon versions of leprechauns drunk. So I don't know. I just saw a lot about smoking a pipe, which is kind of icky because don't you got to put like tobacco in that shit?
You do have to put tobacco, or I think it could be weed, right? It
could be crack.
As I always do some correlation to pop culture.
Yes.
Some famous leprechauns. You have Lucky, the mascot from Lucky Charms cereal, created by General Mills. So yeah, nice. Lucky Charms are disgusting. Those marshmallows are quite nasty. You like Lucky Charms? Ew. Those are nasty.
I don't eat cereal because it's not good for you.
It's not
good
for you.
But when I did, I was a Lucky Charmer. I was a Trix girly.
I was only a Cinnamon Toast Crunch girl.
I was a Cookie Crisp.
Ew, your mama let you eat all that sugar?
That was at my aunt's house.
Well, your auntie let you eat all that?
Yes, because why not?
Honestly, the best cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch was...
It used to be Apple Jacks, but that shit is not good.
Captain Crunch with the berries.
You can't just eat the crunch. That's weird. It used to be Apple Jacks, and it used to be honeycomb. Those used to be really good. Yeah.
Apple Jacks.
Oh, Frosted Flakes as a honorable favorite.
Frosted Flakes, yeah.
Like a Frosted Flakes? Those are
good. They all right. You got a...
Yo, my mama used to...
in them.
Nah, my mama used to put the bananas in them. Y'all, tell me I'm not tripping. Frosted Flakes with the bananas. You're tweaking.
No, I've seen people do that.
Okay,
that's some old people shit.
Yeah. My mother is an adult woman. What are you
Nah. Wasn't doing that. I feel like my great grandmother was doing
great grandmother is that's extreme.
I'm gonna ask. I'm like, what you
great first of all, blessing me even have your great grandmother in your life. Yeah. That's a real blessing.
93.
Shout out to her. I've never met any of my great grandparents, so that's a blessing for you. I met
both of my great grandmothers.
Okay, legacy.
I have younger parents.
You know what?
That's the only reason.
But shout out to them. All right, the next person I have is Lucky the Leprechaun. He's the mascot for the Boston Celtics, who is featured on the team logo. Yeah, that's that nigga. He got a pipe too.
Yeah,
right? And a cane, I think. He a boss. He a pimp.
A pimp is crazy.
He a boss. He a pimp. I mean, he could be a pimping out the Celtics. Who knows?
You just being silly, man.
And then my third pop culture reference, if anybody is a big Teen Titans fan, Teen Titans Go fan like me, season 3, episode 26, Beast Boys' last St. Patrick's Day luck. Oh my gosh. I couldn't find this fact.
It's all about the 3 L's. Leprechauns, luck, and my favorite, pinching. If you're wearing green, you get to pinch people who aren't.
You're not wearing green. You are green. That doesn't count.
My skin is green, and I wear my skins, mama. Now,
So in the episode, right, Beast Boy, he's green.
Yes.
And he's a leprechaun for the day. And if you're not wearing green, he could pinch you. I couldn't find that.
What?
Yes, I couldn't find that fact or like if it was false or not. But I'm gonna say
Maybe
fact.
that's something they made up.
Maybe let's just make it fact because I'm like, on St. Patty's Day, you typically wear green, and then it's like if you're not wearing green, then I can pinch you. I think that's fucking hilarious. Like,
I have a question for you.
oh my gosh! But as some closing thoughts to lovely Leprechaun, do I think they're real? Hell no, that shit ain't real.
I do.
Now for a change, you always want to disagree with me, nigga. We talk about
So all of these thoughts about leprechauns,
Okay.
all of these extra stories and capturing them and all of that shit, they gonna give you gold. That's not real. But the foundation of like these little Irish people are real. Because why else have a law where you're protecting them? They're real. I just feel like they've been assigned this moniker of leprechauns.
Okay.
And they probably like, fuck it, we just leprechauns and we out here. Let's just embrace
So
it.
you think leprechauns are real, but Bigfoot wasn't real?
Bitch, you told me that the man made a literal thing to fake a...
Check out that episode.
They don't
Y'all
have a
know what we talking
Bigfoot law.
Right.
I know.
You're right.
I am right.
Okay. They're creepy as hell, yes. And no offense to little people, but I think any picture or description I've seen of them, it does give off evil. I can't even lie. I don't know what's tea on that. Maybe Ireland has a we don't like how you look vibe. I don't know. Maybe they're discriminatory against their own in height wise because like this is like rude as fuck to like associate.
Rude.
Yeah, it's like kind of rude to like associate evil and mischievous. I mean, granted, there are evil and mischievous people out there, but not all little people with beards and buckled hat and pots of gold are evil.
I think that's just something around the world, honestly. If you look different, you're
Yeah.
assigned. If you look different within a certain community,
Yeah, then you get a label, too.
You get a certain type of label.
Yes. But all in all, I think the real lesson here about leprechauns, mind your goddamn business. That's how I took from all of this. Because again, what you say earlier, if you fuck around, you find out.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Because like, again, the little few tales I just told you, somebody was interrupting their space, coming into their property, trying to steal their shit, and they found out. So it's just like, mind your business, don't steal, and make your own money, and stop being broke. Stop being broke.
Yep.
But that is my tale on
Leprechaun.
I wish I could jig,
Go ahead.
Jig on it.
Go ahead, hop right on that.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our little tale of the Irish story. That wasn't Irish.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, all of the things.
Yes. And keep letting us know what you guys want to hear and what you guys want us to talk about.
Yeah, we'll see you next
Episode.
Bye.
Later, guys. Bye.